Okay, welcome to lesson 7128, periodic functions. All right, here's our vocabulary. Periodic functions, function that repeats. So let's underline this word. I put it in bold, but they repeat. So the sine and the cosine are sinusoidal functions. They go on forever. So our waves go on forever. So that's the sine because it starts at 0. And we have some word period and amplitude and some other things that we had to look at. So read these words and we're going to be using them. So let's look at our example. Using periodicity, meaning the wave just keeps going on forever. Find each of the following numbers without a calculator. So how do we do that? Okay, we could just put this in a calculator, but let us do this without a calculator. Let us write the sine of 1 pi over 2 plus 57,800 pi over 2. All right, why did I do that? I can do that with numbers. We know that with fractions, if you had the same bottom, you combine the bottoms to add them, but I can also split using the same thing. So the sine of pi over 2 is 1, and then 57,800 divided by 2, so if I divide that number by 2, I get 2, 8, 9, 0, 0 pi. So I divided the second fraction by 2, and this is a multiple of 2 pi. So that means we just keep going around. So the sine of pi over 2 is 1, so that is the answer. So the sine of this angle equals 1. Put that in a box, and that's our answer. Pi over 2 is 90 degrees. Okay, looking at this one. So we are going to separate this one. So the cosine of 280.45 pi plus 8 pi makes 288.45 minus the cosine of 280.45 so 280.45 is the same, and the only thing difference is the 8 pi. So 8 pi, if we divide that by 4, we get 2 pi. This is a multiple of 2 pi, and the cosine at 2 pi, I wrote that backwards. The cosine at 2 pi equals 0. So the cosine at 8 pi equals 0. 280.45 is going to cancel out, so it's just 0. And then finally, we have to remember back for the tangent that the tangent repeats every pi radians. So whatever this is going to be somewhere, and the only thing we had to evaluate is pi over 4, and we're just going around to the same spot. So the tangent of pi over 4 is equal to 1. And that's all we have to worry about. So these things look complicated. They weren't really that complicated, but like always, we could just put these in the calculator and we should get the same answers. That concludes this lesson. Now go do some practice problems.